type.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, I'm super excited to talk about mindset with you guys. Mindset as an entrepreneur, like I was saying in my story, has a lot to do with, being an entrepreneur, with running your business, with everything that you can think of. Mindset revolves around, and I don't think that we like think too much about it. And it's hard to change your mindset from being a victim to being the one in control of your life. And that's kind of what we want to dive into deep here. So, Rachel, in a minute, I'm gonna pass on. I think we should give it just a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna pass it on to you, and we're gonna get it started. So, if everyone could drop how you're feeling today in the chat and where you're from, that would be amazing. Ooh, California, California. Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
I think
Daniela, what part of New York are you from?
Rockland County. Sorry, I know I'm not on camera. I'm making dinner.
Oh, you're good.
I'm like 45 minutes outside the city, if that
Okay.
helps.
Okay, got you. I'm like more towards Buffalo, so I wanted to know where you were.
Nice. That's awesome.
Of
let me
course.
tell one more chat that we're on, and we're gonna get started, guys. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, so I'm so excited to be doing this with you. First of all, thank you for asking me to host this with you because it's so exciting. I love mindset. I think that this is honestly like the main aspect of our businesses because we get so stuck in our heads and just, like all of the things. So comparison, all of the things that can hinder our business. So I just love talking about it. And I mean, I'm guilty of it too, of being stuck in my head. But I mean, ultimately, it's kind of something that we all just have to like learn to adjust our mindset, right? So I think one of the major things is discipline, and working on discipline instead of how you're feeling. So, there are days that you're going to wake up, you're going to be tired, you're not going to want to do much of anything. Like literally today, like for my example, I was so tired, I did not want to get out of bed, but there are things that I know that I have to do for my business to move the needle forward. And that's part of that discipline aspect where you have to take action no matter if you're feeling sad, you're tired or whatever, like you just have to do it. So switching your um your mind from, oh, like I'm feeling tired today, like I don't want to do this, I don't feel like doing this, or I don't feel like doing XYZ. You have to stop thinking that way if you want your business to move forward, because it is not going to move forward if you're working by how you're feeling. So if you think of any other business that is out there, a brick and mortar store, whoever, they're not working on how they're feeling, they're working because if they show up, that's how they're going to get the leads. That's how they're going to get customers, like you can't just work on how you're feeling. So discipline is one of the major driving forces. And if you think of that in the gym too, extremely in the gym, you have to go by discipline, because if you're going every single day, you're going to start seeing more results. Otherwise, like, oh, I don't feel like going today, I don't feel like going today. Like, anyone that is successful in business does not operate on how they're feeling. So just have to take that into account, because if you are disciplined and you write down your daily IPAs, what you're going to do in the day, and do it no matter what, on the days that you're feeling low and even high energy, like you have to do those things to move your business forward. So
And I love that, Rachel. A little thing that I want to like back off that is like, okay, so every morning, I bought this like thing from, I don't even know, Dollar General, somewhere cheap. I know Target, maybe somewhere, you know what I mean? But I bought a journal. It's not really a journal, it's like a planner to plan out your days. Okay. And what I really did with it is I broke it down into, let's go to this one. I broke it down to what I need to get done that day, and I put check marks next to it. So it has that instant gratification that we all look for. So when
Yeah.
you get something done, you put that check mark down and you feel so much better about yourself. And I do this every beginning. So I have a huge morning routine. Everybody who knows me knows that I have a huge morning routine. My morning routine consists of what I need to get done that day. And what I need to get done that day, I write it down. Anything that I think of that day, lunch, breakfast, dinner, anything, literally everything and anything I need to get done that day, and I write it down. And once I eat it, once I do it, once I get it done, I write a check mark. It gets that instant gratification, like I did something. And I know that getting through our days, like I talk a lot about depression too, getting through our days can be tough sometimes,
Mhm.
and being an entrepreneur and having like those tough days where you don't want to do anything, but you need to make your business go. I think having a planner or something to write down what you need to get done that day is so helpful. Even if, like she said, writing down your IPAs every day and in income producing activities. Okay, sorry. Those income producing activities are going to get you closer to hitting your goal. And even writing those, I write those down at least 5 times down in my journal, and I try and focus on that as much as I can each day. So, I mean, honestly, guys, it's about a lot having discipline. Discipline is like, it doesn't matter how you're feeling. It's about getting that done and knowing that you're going to feel better after getting it done.
Mhm.
And I think that I truly believe in knowing that if I want to do something and I'm going to do it, I'm going to feel better after doing it because I wanted to do it in the first place. So
Exactly.
I just truly believe discipline is the way to go.
Yeah, no, and I honestly I use the gym again as an example because you like you don't want to go. Like you're dreading the workout, you know it's gonna kick your ass, and after you get there, you get in the zone, you get it done, you feel 10 times better, and you're glad that you did that because you're not working on emotion. You're not like you know that you're going to feel better, you're going to look better, you're going to get one day closer to your goal, and you know that in the end that's ultimately going to be positive, it's going to be better for you, and you just feel so much better after you do it. So no, that's huge. And even like you said, like writing down like your breakfast, like things that are business related as well, just to have that list. Like if you have to brain dump in the morning, like everything you have to get done, you want to declutter your mind, and keeping it all on paper is going to be so helpful. And then you can check off things. And this kind of leads me to the next thing, is where we get so focused on the things that we don't do in our business opposed to the things that we do. So if you're checking off, if you have a list of 10 things and you get 5 of them done, focus on the things that you got done instead of the things that you still haven't done, because that's going to switch your mindset again into thinking, okay, like, oh my gosh, like I did all this today. Like I talked on my stories, I posted a reel, like you know what I mean? Like I talked to 5 people today. I went to the gym, like I ate my breakfast, I ate a healthy, balanced meal, like just everything like that, whatever your just that you're making progress instead of focusing on the negatives, focus on the positives and what you did do for the day.
And even breakfast or working out or something as simple as taking your vitamins or medicine that you have to take that day can be a win. Okay, because a lot of us, like, I want to get into depression again. Like a lot of us like struggle with depression, we don't even know it, struggle with anxiety, we don't even know it. And a lot of it has to do with like fixing and finishing those little things that we need to do. And I think meditation, Bree brought up meditation, she likes to meditate. Meditation is a really good way to bring that focus back onto what you want and what you need to do during that day. I do a 8-minute meditation every morning. That's it. 8 minutes. That's it. But it really reflects on how I show up that day. So I'm like, and yeah, like running is Brits. Oh my gosh, I can't get into running. Running makes me feel so good. Okay, so like there's little things that can make people just respond in a way that they don't respond during out the day. And all you need to do, my biggest advice, all you need to do is bring yourself back into that moment. Bring yourself back into that moment when you were running or meditating and remember how good that felt and remember that you can feel that way any minute that you want to. That you want to. Okay? Not that you need to, not that you crave it, but that you want like and like truly want because I think I'm reading the law of attraction and when you have like passionate emotion behind it, passionate and whatever like I don't know, deep feelings behind it. There we go. That's what you're gonna manifest the most. And so when you really want something, that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And let's say you really want to have an abundant day. Girl, don't let anything, just bring yourself back to that moment when you're peace and calm. You know, it says a lot. It's a lot easier said than done. But I want to say the more you practice on it, just like any other habit, the more that you can work on it, the more that it gets better, the more that your life will be abundant. You practice it, you will get abundance. So
Yeah,
thank you so much.
I love that so much. Um, no, honestly, that is incredible. I want to like say too, like if you are going through a period of time where like you're in, you know, like a season of depression or you something sad happened to, you know, yourself or your family or whatever, or just even like a bad moment, like someone pissed you off or whatever, allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling, like acknowledge it, say, you know, like okay, like I'm feeling upset right now about this thing that currently happened, like let yourself feel that, understand it. If you have to or want to, write it down, journal about it just to get it out, like externalize it so it's not like still kept in your head or your body, that the feelings of the sadness or the anger. You want to get it out and like just acknowledge it, like I said, and maybe spend 15 to 20 minutes on it, maybe half hour. But don't dwell in that moment because that's going to set you back. Like you're going to focus on the negative and like you're sad and that, and it's going to hold you back. So you have to get it out, externalize it, acknowledge it, and then move on. Like again, like we get so stuck in our minds and we forget that this is a business. Any other business is not fun. Like again, back to the emotion, it's not focused, it's not working on emotion. So if you are stuck in that sadness or that anger or whatever, and you are just so pissed off about that one thing or whatever it may be, and that's taking you away from your business, it's not going to get you any further in your business. Like it's only going to slow you down. You're going to miss track for that day, and that day of reach outs or whatever it may be that you should have done, but you were too focused on that other emotion, is going to set you back. So you want to be sure that you are allowing yourself to feel the things. Like, I mean, I'm not perfect, like, and you know what I mean? So you have to learn the different ways on how to deal with that and then release it. So that's one thing that I have been really trying to improve myself, because there are certain moments that I feel tired or sad or mad about something, and I let it take me away from my business. So like I said, any other business is going to still like keep on going without emotion in the picture. So you just have to keep focusing on that, like allow yourself to feel it, but move on. And what's the next step that I can do that's going to get me again a little bit further. And every time that you do this with one emotion, and it can even be a happy emotion too, like you're feeling happy right now, you're feeling joyous, write it down. Like, why are you happy? What does your body feel like? And that way, if you are in a sad moment, you're in, you know, an anger moment, you can go back to like what you were saying. You can go back to that moment and be like, okay, like this is why I was happy. I was hyped about this. Like get yourself back in that. And a shift of energy. Like everything is energy, right? So you're talking about manifesting, and obviously like everyone's here ultimately to make money, right? So with that mindset, with that money and abundance, you want to focus on that energy. Okay, like everything is a transfer of energy. So if you're in a moment of low energy and you remember a moment back to when you were in a high energy, like things were going on, things were popping off, you know, you're getting this, you're like getting stuff done, and you want to take yourself back to that moment and recreate it so you can get in that high energy state again. And there you go, then you're freaking cranking out everything, you know, you like you're on top of your shit, and it's just gonna feel so much better. So if you can disconnect those emotions and business and really keep thinking like, okay, guys, this is a business. Like I am running a business. Like even if you don't have anybody under you right now, act like you have 100 people under you that are required. Like you have to show up, and it just goes to leading by example, right? So if you're showing up every single day, or say you had a sad moment, talk about it. Like people, we're all humans. We all want that human connection. So if you're on your stories or you're not on your stories, for example, say you woke up, you were very sad about something or just low energy day, you can talk about that. People want to feel that. Like not everyone's high energy all the time. Like I literally have always been, so like my nickname in high school was the toothpaste commercial, because I was always smiling, like I was just full of energy. And if I had a bad day or something, like everybody knew, because I was just like, and that's not me, right? Like I'm like always this like let's go type of person. So it's just funny that everyone knew, like hey, they're like, oh hey, are you okay? Like you're not like smiling, you're not happy yourself today. So it's just it's okay to talk about stuff like that, you know, like if you're having a low point or whatever, like talk about it, because chances are people are going through that too, and they just want to connect with you off of it. So yeah, don't self-isolate. Oh my God, I can't even speak. Don't self-isolate, because people are going through the same things, and that is something so huge that you can connect on your stories with. And instead of just showing up high energy, high energy, high energy, only showing up when you feel good, instead of showing up when you feel maybe a little bad. Like show up regardless, because if you can persevere through anything that you're feeling, and you can get in contact with it, in touch with yourself and how your emotions and the energy and the transfer, it's literally just going to start this snowball effect. And you will be so amazed at what can happen with all of this when it starts coming together, and you start thinking of the business, the mindset of having a business. Like I said, act like you have 100 people under you, and what would happen if you didn't show up? I can guarantee you that there's everybody in this call right now has had a low energy day or a moment or whatever it may be, and you didn't show up because of it. Like, what if you talked about that on your story, and that one person that, oh, excuse me, that watched your story was like, oh my God, like I resonate with that. Like I 100% feel you, instead of thinking that these people watching you are thinking, oh, well, she's only showing up when she's high energy. Like, I'm not like that. I don't have high energy all the time. Like you want to be able to show people that you are a real person, that you can show up regardless. And that's just going to, again, create that snowball effect, and they're going to relate to you. They're going to be like, okay, like this girl is showing up when she's freaking at the dentist, when she's high energy, when she's at her job, like literally anything like that is going to make that connection with someone too. And you just have to show up regardless. Like I said, like the persevering through anything that you're going through, and being able to talk about it, or just journal and then talk about it at a later date. Like you don't have to share everything all the time, but being able to just show up regardless, whatever your mind is cluttered with or going on, it's going to make a world of difference, and you're going to show people that it's okay to feel things. And it's just going to open so many other doors in your business and in yourself. Like you're going to feel so much better that you can actually talk about it and relate to somebody else. Yeah,
And I love that. I love that because a little bit that I want to say was like, so epilepsy is a big thing that I talk about. And honestly, epilepsy like scares the crap out of me. If you guys want me to be 100% honest, I have no idea like how I got it, what happened, like why I have seizures now, but I try and educate others on how they can get it too. You know, I mean, it's more common than what I thought, what other people think. And honestly, guys, the people that come out of the woodworks of that have epilepsy or MS or tell me how like they struggle with seizures, it's crazy. Like I've really met new friends, made new friends of being vulnerable than I have ever being just up hype and just abundant all the time. I mean, of course, people look up to you being abundant and like being happy, of course, but at the same time, being human, like Rachel said, is just a big part of having a business. You know, it's a huge part of having a business. So remember just to be human, and yeah, you don't have to share everything, but sharing a bit part of your life, maybe once a week, you know, something that you're going through, like not like therapy session or anything, but you know, at the same time, just get vulnerable, be a human, tell them how you're feeling and why something happened, why you didn't show up, or that like just be honest with yourself, with them, with your audience. Like you're gonna get a huge more impact than you would just faking your generosity, just faking how your personality is. But yeah, I just wanted to feedback off that. That was great, Rachel. Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course, absolutely. It all just feeds back into that discipline too, because if you can have that discipline to show up regardless and to talk about something that's very vulnerable to you, to be able to show up with that on social media, people are going to be like, damn, like, they don't know that you struggle with something, or like they can relate to that, and that just opens up a whole new conversation or a friendship. Like, and not everything has to be business related, of course, because like ultimately like we want to be in this business to make connections, to have those relationships with other people. And obviously, like if a VIP or if a market partner come out of it, like that's great, but ultimately it's just about human connection. Like we want to be able to literally connect with other people. That's what social media is, right? Like we didn't start social media because we wanted to make money online. We started social media because we wanted to connect with our friends. We wanted to post fun pictures. We wanted to be in this space where everyone is talking to each other and commenting and stuff. Like we get so in our heads about the business, where it is just connection with people, connecting, commenting, whatever, like sharing people's photos or, you know, sharing people's posts, like just everything like that is so, it gets so lost. And I'm guilty of it myself too. Like I wasn't on social media in the beginning to build a business, but now that I have all these relationships and these connections with people, it works hand in hand. So you don't want to always be in the mindset of market partner VIP. Like you want to connect with these people, hear them out, know, like to make them feel seen. Like one of the biggest things that I remember, or I just love to say, is that so like they're the main character, right? The person that you're talking to or that you're seeing on your social media, they are the main character and you're just a part of their life. And it's like the same thing with us, right? Like we're the main character in our life. Like we don't give a freaking crap about 90% of what's going around us, not given circumstances, but ultimately like we're the main character, right? Like it's my life, like my dream, my goal. Like I want to do this for myself, I want to do this for my family. It's me, myself, and I. But you have to put yourself in that other person's shoes where it's them. Like you, if you're not adding value to their life and or just a friendship, a helping hand, like anything like that, they don't care. So you have to make sure that you are connecting with people just to connect. Like I said, if business comes out of it, like that's totally fine. That's great, of course, but people want to connect with other people. So if you can keep that mindset of just commenting on someone's post, like just the simple things on social media, like it is social media. Okay. Like we have to be social. So, it's just it just all comes back to honestly like the discipline. Like if I would just want to wrap this up, it is all discipline to be able to show up regardless, keep emotion out of it, Keep the energy flowing. If you're in a low state, do something that makes you in a high state of energy, and just surround yourself with the people that can help you out of the lower places, or just talk about something. Like I said, like, you want to be able to share your life on social media. And like I said, it's just all social, it's all discipline. You want to persevere through the hard times. And if you can talk about that, that's great. If you can share and connect with somebody on literally anything, then do it. It's going to make a world of difference. And again, it's going to create that snowball effect, and your business will thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely. And thank you so much, Rachel. This was awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for coming on. I just wanted to give a quick call about perseverance, how to keep a mindset as an entrepreneur. And yes, it's a lot of difficult times, but at the same time, it's all worth it in the end. And at the same time, a lot of me has to say about discipline is we know that, or we feel, how about this? We feel like we're missing out on something when we're doing something good for ourselves, or when we're staying to our disciplined selves. But just remember that this will come out in the future self. And I'm just so proud of everyone for coming on this call, because that shows discipline right there. So, guys, great call. Great call. Great. Thanks so much. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next call Thursday. So, thank you guys so much. And I can't wait. I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.